What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I bring you an anime review of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, episode 10. First and foremost, I want to address a few things about this series and some of the chatter that I've heard about this series over the past week. Because right off the bat, in shooting from the hip, this was probably the worst episode of the series so far. However, it was still a fine episode overall. It just wasn't as good as the rest of the episodes. And the reason why I mention this is because I noticed throughout the anime community, and it's particularly on YouTube, that a lot of people have turned their backs on this series ever since Chibi Reviews pretty much ripped it a new one last week. This series went from being, oh my god, it's so hype, to, oh, it's stupid, it's flat, I expected more, blah blah blah. However, I personally feel that Kabaneri is serving the purpose that it was supposed to serve. I mean, ever since it came out, even me myself said that this is going to be Attack on Titan on trains, and that's pretty much what we got. This is, to me, I feel this should have came out in the summer because it's a popcorn anime. People watch this anime to see goons kill people and see people die and to see fight scenes, and you can't deny this series is giving you that. If you expected more out of it, I don't know. I mean, and just like everyone else, you know, before I started doing reviews and before I became a podcaster, I was just a YouTuber like the rest of you guys. And I can't say that watching a reviewer has completely swayed my opinion on something. But when you watch something this far along into it and then you're just allowed to have your opinion change right at the dead end of it, it's a little bit unfair because I feel that you're not using your own opinion on it. I mean, did the tone and everything of this series change so much that you're completely done with it, or you feel differently about it, or do you feel the same way? Me personally, again, like I said, I've always seen this series as like a popcorn anime and didn't expect it to break the mold or do anything. I just expected it to be better than Attack on Titan, and I felt it served that purpose. So that's it. Again, opinions are opinions. Everybody's gonna have their own, and that is why we're here on YouTube, to hear the various opinions of everybody else, because if everybody thought the same thing, it wouldn't be fun, right? So I just wanted to go ahead and get that off my chest. So without further ado, let's get down to the breakdown of the episode. So our episode starts off with Okoma in a cell and the rest of the train crew pretty much being prisoner and used for blood for Biba's crew and whatever he has, probably to feed those Kabaneri that he has in that big tube or blue thing, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, a majority of the episode is focused on Takumi, you know, Ikoma's friend, as he gets a lot of screen time this episode. And one thing that we noticed right at the beginning is that I believe his name is Sukari, the blonde-haired kid who always has just the bad take on everything. He has joined Biba's crew as he's working as one of the guards who's basically taken the strong only live type of mentality that Biba's had, as he's going around passing food to all his friends, and everyone's disgusted, like, I can't believe he would turn his back on us like that. While this is going on, there is one man in particular who wants to save his wife because they have to give blood. However, she's weak, so he said, I will give my blood instead. In fact, I will give 3 times the blood. Just leave her alone as she's too weak. We do see a hint of a little bit of a change in one of Biba's men, the blue-haired one, as he's getting a little bit irritated with one of the guards' methods, as he chops this man's hand off, saying, okay, if you want to give blood, then give us all of it. He chops this man's hand off. The other guy with the blue hair is a little bit annoyed, saying, you know what, that's a little bit too much. Your ways are being a little bit annoying, and you're taking this a little bit too far. And Takumi, he also comes in and says, you know, what the hell are you doing? That was a little bit extreme. However, he's sent back to the herd with everybody else, as they're pretty much food banks at this point on this speeding train that is heading towards the Shogun still. Also, we see that Ayane's also talking with Biba as she's making a deal with him that if her people remain safe, then she will give the word to let him into the gates so he can have his audience with the Shogun that he requires. From here, we are reminded about Biba's plan or his ambition, as we find out that 10 years ago, he was only 12 years old. He was the head of his own army. and they were sent to dispatch and to eliminate Kabaneri. However, after a while, the Shogun stopped supporting them. They stopped sending out any supplies or food, any backup, and they were pretty much left to die, as we're once again reminded that he's going to the Shogun to make him pay for leaving him behind. All is not bad for our main crew, because Ikoma does have a plan to escape the train that's going to take place the next day, as he's going over his plan that he wants to steal the key and get to the main train room. If they can get to the train, then they can go ahead and control the train and force things on the Biba, as they will have the control that they need to kind of turn the scales a little bit. We also, again, we had a lot of time with Ikoma's friend in this episode, as he is saying that, you know, you want to save Mume because she's like a sister to you, even though he tried to deny it. He can't deny that deep in his heart, he is reminded that he left his sister and he ran away because he was scared. And you can't fault him for that, but he does want to atone for it. And you see doing that with Mume as a way to make things right. As his friend says, this is truly what you want to do in your heart, so go ahead and do it. So as this is all going on with Ayane and Biba having their conference talk, Ikoma's making his plan on how they're going to get out and get to the next stage. Now, we do see Mume here as well, who is still shocked by her brother's plans and intentions for some reason, as this man slaughtered the entire village, but she still holds that same naivete that she has. And Biba is, of course, still manipulating her too by saying, don't be weak and die like your mother. You need to be strong and you need to do what is asked of you, or I'm going to stop giving you treatment and I'm going to let you turn into a Kabaneri or whatever it is she's going to turn into once her time runs out. It is at this point that Mume is fed up with the way that she's being treated, and she remembers how well everybody on the train has treated her, more like family than even her brother has, as she declines to do so. However, this ends up getting her apprehended, as Biba orders to pretty much have her wipe this. He's going to pull a Winter Soldier on her and wipe her brain or do something to get her back under his control. So the next day is upon us, and the plan to break into the train is commencing, as we find out that male Kabaneri are actually rare. I don't remember if they mentioned that before, but during the breakout scene, we find out that Sukari was still working with the main cast train crew all along. And when he was giving Ikoma blood, it was actually him giving him intel and the things that he needed to know in order to get the key, as they can storm and make their way to the train. That one guard that cut off the man's hand who wanted to save his wife, he also gets a little bit of revenge put on him as well, as it's actually Ikoma's friend who knocks him out and gets the last laugh, as we share a little bit of laughter in this scene. So now that they have the key, the plan is successful, and everybody on the train is now fighting back. We're heading towards the steam room to take control of the train. We also find out that Kurusu is not returned. He fell off the top of the bridge with the other guy at the end of the last episode, and no one's seen him yet. So hopefully he'll get to come back. We got 2 episodes left. I'm pretty sure he's not dead. We're just waiting for him to come back and go in. So once Ikoma and crew get to the steam room, they are intercepted by Biba, who reveals that all along this has been part of his diabolical plan, as he has switched the keys that Ikoma has, because he had a feeling something like this would happen. So he kept the key to the steam room closely guarded. It is here that Ikoma's friend actually steps into the way of a shot that Biba took towards Ikoma to kill him, taking the bullet into his chest on his own. So now his friend is down. Of course, this enrages Ikoma as he gets ready to storm towards Biba, and he's wrecked. He's beat up by one of the guards, and he gets up again and tries to storm at Biba, and Ikoma's hand is actually chopped off. Straight up Luke Skywalker, as his hand is chopped off, and he's pushed off the train by a mind-controlled Mume who is completely under Biba's influence. Ikoma's friend is down. Now, it's not confirmed that he's dead, because we did see his eye open, but he did take a shot to the chest. He's probably going to bleed out, or they're going to kick him off the train. However, he is holding on to that little pebble that Ikoma always held that reminded him of his sister in his hand. I kind of feel that he's not going to die. Maybe he's going to make it through, because you know how that goes. Best friends always live, just to give him that rock back so they can have a bonding moment. Also, with Akuma being knocked off the train and his hand being gone, I'm calling he's probably going to come back, not next episode. He'll probably come back the last episode or at the end of next episode with either that steam gun attached to his hand, or this guy's really resourceful. He's going to do something to put something on his hand and make it a weapon. Either way, it looks like the bad guys win again, as Mume is completely controlled by Biba, by whatever he done to her. Our main character has been knocked off the train, his friend is dead, and everybody else is back into apprehension as the episode ends. So that was the episode in a nutshell. It felt like it was really quick because it was really just a lot of exposition. It wasn't a lot of meat to this episode, so pretty much everything that I mentioned was everything that it went. It really did feel kind of fast, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. So on that note, as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that, so thank you for stopping by. If you guys like the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as I bring you more content almost daily at this point. Also, be sure to check out my manga reviews that I have today. I have a manga review for One Piece, as well as a live reaction to the latest chapter of Hunter x Hunter. And be sure to join me tomorrow as I review JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So on that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.